Last time on Dragon Ball.
Last time, we had r/ProRevenge give it the old 1-2 to the victory punch. Now we have a new competitor entering the stage. Let's give a warm welcome to r/entitled parents. Will ProRevenge hold its title, or will r/entitled parents be our new champion? So let's get this show on the road, starting out with r/ProRevenge.
Ended mother-in-law's career after she ruined our lives. Context: I've posted a bit about my fiance's adoptive mother, Susan, in the last couple of weeks, mostly on Just No Mill, where I might cross-post this too later. But for anyone unfamiliar with Susan, she was my lecturer when I was at university. Susan hated that I was dating her adopted son, biological nephew, since she found out about us. When we first told her we were dating, she tried to kill me via allergy. Another story for another day. And after she found out I was pregnant, she stalked us, impersonated me, and broke into our flat. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. She made our lives hell to the extent where we no longer felt safe in our own home. And my fiance and I had to move across the country to escape her. We've been living in our new place for a little under a week. The baby is due in a couple of months, and everything is mostly ready. We've deactivated our social media, created new emails, and changed our numbers. Only a few friends and relatives from the town she lived in, which we left, have our numbers. We had to leave our entire lives and everyone we knew and loved behind while I was 7 months pregnant, because we couldn't trust her around our baby. Revenge. On Monday, an email was sent from the dean to Susan's graduating students, saying Susan was being considered for a promotion from lecturer to head of department, and they wanted to hear from her students first. The aim of this was to receive glowing recommendations to give to the board. This was not the result. As I changed my email, I hadn't seen this. One of my friends who had my new number and was on the course with me did see the email, and on Tuesday, he gave my new number to the dean, saying that he would only give her the number in person, on paper, and only if she agreed to ring when she was alone, and throw out the paper and erase it from the logs after. If she was calling from a university phone, then the number would go on the call logs that were accessible by all the members on staff. But he assured her that this was something she'd want to hear before promoting Susan. So I got this call from the dean on Tuesday. She told me what was going on. My friend hadn't had time to get in touch before she rang, and she asked why my friend thought I should speak to her. I told her everything. I started 2 years ago when I met Susan's son, the man who would become my fiance and the father of my child. I told her about Susan poisoning me via allergy after finding out about me and her son, and the EpiPen incident. I told her about the outside of class harassment I received post-pregnancy announcement, impersonating me, crashing GP appointments, breaking in, etc. I told her about the in-class harassment, telling me to break up with my fiance, stopping lectures until I left, throwing out my food and drink, trying to reschedule exams, and more. I told her about the last time I saw Susan in person, when she tried to hit me while I was 7 months pregnant with her grandchild. I told her about having to move away. I was careful not to give a location or distance, and filing a restraining order to escape Susan. I thought the uni were made aware of the RO, but apparently not. Fiance then arrived home from work, and when I told him what was happening, he was all too eager to chime in with stuff I forgot. Copying keys, punching the landlord, canceling orders, going through our things. He also told the dean about the abuse he got from her growing up. We also gave the dean the names of people willing to support our story, as well as some dates, times, and locations of on-campus incidents. I'd made a note of a few of them, so she could pull CCTV from the campus security recordings. Fiance also told her the story of one of his cousins, Susan's biological kid, who got close with a guy on Susan's course. But the guy was told to break up with her by Susan with a thinly veiled threat against his academic career. We also told the dean about Susan telling me to break up with my fiance and vice versa, so she could Better maintain professionalism. The dean was horrified. She had me and my fiance record a video where we said everything all over again from the top. We made sure the video had nothing to identify location, and we were assured Susan would never see it. We also sent her all the proof we had alongside it. This was all forwarded to the board on Wednesday and Thursday. She asked my friend for the number again and just called me for the second time, telling me that the board unanimously agreed this was grounds for Susan's dismissal. They said that while the outside of uni events weren't really their business, they go towards her character and the fact that as department head, she would represent the department whether she was on clock or not. They said even without this, the events that happened inside of uni alone, stopping lectures, telling me to dump my fiance, telling that other guy to leave her daughter alone, throwing out my stuff, seeking special treatment on ground of nepotism, were all abuse of power and enough to justify Susan's dismissal. They asked me why I hadn't filed charges, and I said all I'd gain from filing charges is Susan staying away from me, and the RO and moving away has the same effect. Plus, as it's exam season, my tutor work is really taking off and I don't have the time to go through a whole court case, and I'll have even less time once the baby arrives. The baby is due in 8 weeks, and Susan has already caused me enough stress. Tomorrow, in the meeting where Susan is fully expecting to be told she got her promotion, the dean is now going to give her a week to hand in her resignation. If she refuses, she will be fired. If she does not hand in her resignation, she will be fired. She will not be getting a reference. The only reason she's being given the option to resign is that she has worked at this university for nearly a decade. But if she so much as raises her voice in the meeting tomorrow, she will be fired. Security will be present for the meeting in case she tries anything. Meanwhile, the friends we left behind aren't hesitating to tell anyone who will listen all about what Susan did during the course of mine and my fiance's relationship. There's not a single soul left in that town who trusts her or will take her side if she tries to fight back. Not even her husband, who told us that now all their kids are over 18, he will be initiating divorce proceedings. I don't feel even a little bit bad. I know there's a chance I went too far, but I didn't lie or embellish anything. I just gave the dean the facts as they are. Everything is 100% true, and while it was me who told the dean, I see this as Susan's actions having consequences. Susan has more than enough money to pay for herself for the foreseeable future. She owns her home, her husband's name is not on the deed, and she bought it before they got married. So she will get the house in the divorce, as it's not technically a shared asset, or one acquired during their marriage. She will have a roof over her head and money in her bank account. And if she wanted to, she could get another job, just probably not one as a lecturer.
Another clean showing from our champion. Now let's see what the challenger has to offer.
EM wants me to give her, Little Angel, my Xbox game for EK's PS3, after he acted like a prick and tried to steal my game. So, this happened 1 year ago. My friend's dad brought his friends over, and one of them also brought his family. I was at his house at the same time. Half an hour later, this kid, who was barely 8 years old, walks in. We were playing GTA 5 before he came upstairs, so we turned it off at his arrival, as the game is not for 8-year-olds. This is how it unfolds. Just so you know, in Australia, game ratings go like this. G, same as the rest of the world. PG, same as the rest of the world. M, recommended for 14 plus, but can be played by someone under. MA15, restricted to 15 plus. R, restricted to 18 plus. EK, entitled kid.
Hey, do you have a PS3? Because I do.
He said it like it was a brag to own a PS3 in 2018. F, friend. No, I have an Xbox One, which is a better and more powerful console. EK,
No, it isn't. You won't understand why, cause you're a console peasant. Anyway, was that GTA 5?
We ignored his comment, as he had no idea what he was talking about, and considering what he just said, He still won't understand even if we tell him. F. Yeah, but I'll get some different games for you. Hey OP, can you take out some PG games from that drawer? I get some games out, like Minecraft and Lego games, and he refuses to play them. He wants to play GTA. EK.
No, I want to play GTA 5.
Me. That game is not for little kids. You can't play it. EK.
No, I'm a grown-up kid.
LOL.
I can play whatever I want.
F. Well, how about this? You can play one of these. Now my friend has taken out some M-rated titles, like Need for Speed. EK.
No, I want to play GTA.
F. I'm saying this one last time. Pick one of the... EK.
No, I want to play that game. I'm a grown-up and you don't control me.
F. Well, that's where you're wrong. He has extremely low tolerance for brats. F picks up the little shunt and puts him outside his room, while EK is screaming and then locks the door. F. I gave you a choice. Now you don't get anything. Control this, grown-up. EK.
I'm telling mommy.
We burst into laughter and started a new game of Forza 5. 5 minutes later, we get a knock on the door and it's EM. EM.
Open this door right now.
F opens the door. EM.
EK told me that you slapped him because he wanted to play games with you.
F. Actually, what happened was that EK wanted to play some R-rated games and I won't let him. I even gave him the option to play some age-appropriate games, but he threw a tantrum and started yelling at us. EM.
Nonsense. EK would never do something like that. He is a very good boy.
F. Well, your little angel is a little brat. EM.
Let me see the game.
F hands her the case for GTA and shows her the rating. She just mumbles and tells EK to pick one of the other games. EK.
Okay, I'll play this one. Now get off.
Me. Actually, we're in the middle of a game right now, so you have to wait. EK.
No, it's my turn. Get off.
F. First off, it's my Xbox. And second, you have been a prick so far, so at least try to be a little more nice. EK.
You've been playing for so long. It's my turn.
F. No, just wait for 5 minutes. EK.
Fine. You want to be mean? Then I'll...
Me.
Call for your mommy?
Go do that, it doesn't bother us. The little brat just sits down and watches. A few minutes later, he walks up to the console and sits there. Then he tries to quietly grab my empty disc case, but then the dummy falls over. Me. Hey, why are you trying to steal my game? I pause the game and grab the case from him. EK.
Mommy, he stole my game.
Now, EM stomps up to my friend's room and starts yelling at us. It was so much that I'm not bothered to type it all out, but one of the phrases was,
"Give EK his game back right now."
Me. Look, he tried to steal my game because we told him to wait. EK.
Mommy, he's lying, it's my game.
EM. EK would never steal. He's not an idiot like you. Me. Oh yeah? Well, prove that the game is yours. They both go silent. EM. Why don't you prove it? Me. Okay then. First off, there's a receipt in there that says the game was purchased in my name and on cash. Second, your little shunt owns a PS3, so this game cannot be his and it's not compatible with his console. And lastly, I brought this game with me, which you can ask F, F's mom, and F's dad about. That enough for ya? There was a long silence, and then EK tugs on his mom's sleeve. EM.
Well, give it to him anyway. He deserves it because he's a good boy.
Me. What? EM.
Are you deaf? I told you to give him his game back.
She says, his?
You're too old for racing games anyways.
At least she didn't say you're too old to play any games. Me. Let me get this straight. You want me to give EK my game because he's a good boy, even though he threw a tantrum when we didn't let him play an R18 game. He acts entitled, spoiled, and like brat the entire time, and treats us like crap. Then he tries to steal my game and lies about F slapping him. EM.
You know what?
I'm telling F's mom, and I'm getting you banned from this house. Me, go ahead. EM stomps away. F, wow, she's crazy. We continued our game and played for the next hour without interruptions, and find out later that EM stormed out when F's mom sided with me and told her to stop being childish. No arrests or assault, but still worth sharing.
Now the choice is up to you. Do we have a new champion in the making, or will ProRevenge stand tall? Vote now, and we'll see you next time on Double Trouble!